Yeah, I've already contacted his family. Don't worry. I know. His blood is on my hands. Trust me. I know. God. And with the guilt trips. You'd think the wives of men who went into this sort of business might understand that their husbands coming home from supper ain't always a guaranteed thing. What about you, detective? What kind of man did you picture stealing your heart one day, Never thought about romance much. No? No thoughts of dashing rogues sweeping you off your feet? A golden retriever boyfriend always happy to see you when you get home? Or maybe you're the type that likes a brooding intellectual. Why am I so interested in your love life? It's fun to piss you off, mostly. Seeing that nose scrunch up and those beautiful eyes glare with such conviction. Please, you think that if I really had the hots for you, I couldn't do something about it? I've wooed much colder hearts than yours, my dear. I suppose I could find camaraderie in you. That's hard to find somewhere else. You should hole up at my place for a while, detective. Look, beautiful, angel, sweetheart, life of my life, I get it. You're the last person I'd want to have to go toe-to-toe with in armed or unarmed combat. But you don't negate bullets. From what I've heard, it sounds like Greg got done in by a sniper shot from a good distance away. That means you could be doing your morning jog or simply leaning outdoors to get paper and bang. Dead. Just like that. No, as a matter of fact, it would not make my life easier if you took a shot to the frontal lobe. Listen to me, detective. I get it. You don't understand me. You don't understand what I really want. At the end of the day, and to be frank, I don't either. I know what I want, but that shit can't happen. So how's about instead of you trying to understand some dumbass that barely understands himself, you understand this? I want no harm to come to you. I never thought of you as my enemy, detective. I don't think there's anyone in this crooked city that would mourn the loss of you like I would, were it to ever pass. I know you don't like me, but I have a more secure home with on-staff medical care and metal shutters that can come down at the moment of notice. It's literally a fortress. Look, you tell your boss what you have to do. That you're going undercover with the crime lord to catch your perp. Whatever, it doesn't matter to me. So long as you come home with me, then I'm content. Well, here we are. Home sweet home. And don't get them tangled in a bunch. Come on, sweetheart. A little bit of the fancy life ain't gonna kill you. Here, allow me. Let's see. The kitchen is that way. Your room will have a phone in it so you can just call and place an order for whatever. Same goes for clothes, toiletries, or whatever you need. As a matter of fact, I was quite confident you'd say yes to working together after a little bit of whining and dining. I wasn't expecting a man to have to die for it to happen, but honestly, it's been a long night. I'm sure you probably want to get some sleep. Follow me. Here, your room, detective. Too fancy. Gosh, I mean, well, you could always share a bed with me if... Chill. Gosh, feisty. Can't blame a guy for trying, can you? One of these days, a drop-dead gorgeous woman will respond with, yes, actually. And whoever the guy that got away with it is going to have absolutely have no idea what to do with himself. Can you ask something? Of course. I've told you already why you hold my interest, detective. God, you don't listen very well, do you? I see. But you want the real reason. Because you know I'm not the sort to typically chase after a pretty face. If said face is all I want. Come inside with me. I don't like talking out in open hallways. A few years back, you had a case. One of your first few. Nothing stellar, just some low-grade white crime. You caught the guy easily enough, and it turned out that said guy was just some 18-year-old dropout trying to get by. Do you remember that? Yeah, well, that kid was my little brother. Or someone I considered like one. After you spooked him off, he came to me and said he was done with this life and wanted out. Normally, that'd be my cue to put a bullet between his eyes, but I couldn't deny him that rage. He wanted to fight for a better life outside of the family. So, I gave it to him. We haven't spoken since. He made it clear that my bullshit had nearly ruined his life and he was done with me. Shit hurt. Hurt enough that there was a part of me that wanted to make this little detective who had scared off one of my best men pay for taking away part of my family. But then I realized that you'd managed to do what I failed to do for most of my career. Give them a better shot. I'll admit, there were a few nights where I entertained the thought of returning the favor to you. But any time I'd catch you from afar, you had this sad, tired smile, and I knew that I'd made a mistake in my assessment of you. You pushed him on a better path, and it made me realize that even if The people that make up my family are a bunch of numbskulls. I do want what's best for them. I don't know how to tell them that or motivate them like you do, and, well, I admire that. Detective, I admire you. You should get some rest, Detective. I imagine that we'll need to move some of your more personal effects over. So I sent a crew to your house to load up on any essentials. I am a true gentleman, aren't I? Look, I know you, at least a little bit. I know you'll feel better if we at least get your dust mop of an old cat settled in over the night. They'll get plenty of treats, I assure you. Fuck, who is it? Hello? What? Jerry? I'm with you-know-who. God. This guy's working fast if he's already hit up her place. Listen, did you at least manage to get the things I requested? Yes, the cat, the photo albums, anything irreplaceable or sentimental seeming. Okay, good, good. Thanks, Jerry. Get it in the truck and get the hell out of there before the psycho decides he wants more violence tonight. Well, good news and bad news. The bad news is that whoever wants me dead, they apparently lit your house on fire while we were relocating. The good news, your cat and all the sentimental stuff is okay. I made sure. Hey, come on now. Hey. Shh, it's okay. Look. I get it. I know. You've barely been seen with me and you're already suffering the consequences. That bodes poorly. I've had people hate me. Hell, you're a world champion at it, but whoever this is, they clearly want to provoke me into being reckless, just like you said. Detective, I'm sorry about your home. I have a lot of enemies, and I'm sure most of them would delight in seeing me dead, but enemies that would actually ever make an active move against me? That would draw blood? That's a lot harder. It's like trying to pick out the rabid dog in an already feral pack. Don't know until his jaws are around you and you're staring death in the face. Alright, let's start at the beginning. This is personal. This couldn't be any more personal if the jackass hired a hot air balloon banner just to tell me that I was some schmuck. That helps narrow it. Because there are only a few people on this planet that hate me enough to declare war. Yes, well, you were one of them. I'd wondered, briefly, if you'd finally snapped and started trying things my way. But tonight has shown me that you're innocent. So, 4. 3 of them are old rivals that I managed to get a leg over throughout the years, and they're still very much so salty about that. God. The only other one is your old police chief. Yeah, Captain Jenkins. That old blowhard who swore he'd clean this city of criminal scum like yours truly, and had to eat a crow every single time someone asked him when the streets would be safe to walk again. It'd been, 10 years until that point that I'd gotten a cop mad enough to draw a gun and threaten to kill me where I stood. I still can't believe they made the old fart retire just for that. Honestly, I thought it took a lot more to really make a cop retire, you know? I suppose we'll find out soon enough. At the rate this maniac is going, things are moving quick. Detective, you've had a long day. Try and rest. Run a bubble bath or something. You deserve it.